So the Marathon Server Slam is over. We've had 4 days to get to grips with the game, and I think it's fair to say that reactions have been a little bit mixed. Some players say the interface is too complicated, that the visuals are too noisy, or that the action feels slow. But instead of asking why isn't Marathon more like Arc Raiders, I think it's worth asking a different question. Why are these design choices, because they are design choices, challenging so many players? Smaller maps, fewer teams, requires more tactical awareness. Information is the real currency for runners, and especially if you want to clear the PvP in the map before moving on to contracts and events. Taking that approach also means you don't have to worry so much about getting sniped by a random team while you're in the middle of a higher tier PvE battle, unless of course there's some random rook that got lucky looting. If you're coming from Arc Raiders, you're probably more used to running into multiple teams at a time and having these larger scale gunfights. And honestly, you're not really going to get that in Marathon, because Bungie is focused on making a more tactical extraction shooter experience. Does that make it less accessible? Sure. Does that mean that it won't be a huge success? Not necessarily. I think it's fair to say that Bungie have been inspired by From Software with certain aspects of their recent game designs, especially in Destiny and now Marathon. And that's particularly evident in the lore delivery in Destiny, and an aspect that I guess is a lot more at home in Marathon now with terminals and all of that and the codex. That sort of goes back to the original Marathon games. But the extraction shooter loop is the perfect framework for Bungie to build in some of the gameplay aspects from the Soulsborne series. Stay with me. So in Dark Souls or any of the FromSoft games, you're going to get stuck playing the same section of the game, maybe even for hours at a time. And it might be because you didn't level a certain stat, or you didn't find a key item, or it could just be that you need to learn a new skill. The first time I played Bloodborne, my first experience of a FromSoft game, I got to the Blood-starved beast. I tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, failed, and eventually put the game down for like a year. By the time I got back to it, I'd seen a lot of watch this noob fail at Bloodborne videos all across YouTube, so I knew it wasn't just me. And by the time I got the courage to come back to it, everything just clicked. I accepted the gameplay loop and I stopped getting played by the game. For plenty of people, I'm pretty sure that sounds like a tight definition of hell, but for millions of players, that's exactly why Soulsborne games are so uniquely rewarding. They're fucking hard. And that's an intentional design choice. They don't feed you the story, they don't show you how to use items or what they're for. They don't hold your hand. And I think a lot of people had exactly that type of experience in the Marathon Server Slam. Bungie didn't design a game that's easy to get along with. They made a game that challenges you to survive by understanding the world you're being thrown into. They don't apologise for the harsh reality of Tau Ceti 4. And they don't apologise for the graphic realism of the environment that these towering mega corporations have stamped across every nook and cranny of the planet. And they shouldn't. With any good fiction, the author doesn't own the world they created. They just live in it. And now that's our challenge. So I guess what I'm saying is, it's time to get good. That's all you're getting from me today. I'm going to be streaming as soon as Marathon comes out. This weekend, hopefully, I'll be getting in some good hours and go through the codex and starting to unpack some of that lore, because it's rich, man. This world is huge. There's a lot going on and a lot of history to unravel. So yeah, that's all. Just a few thoughts from me today on that, and I will see you in the next one.